through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
Well, good morning guys, welcome to another adventure. The weather's not quite as good today, but it's not raining at the moment. So today we've got a smaller walk today, 6 miles, taking Birds Rock, hopefully, if the weather plays ball. So we're taking in Birds Rock, which is a small hill, about 258 metres, but it's meant to have amazing views. Well, first we're going to take in a small castle on a little small hill. The castle's called Castell-y-Bere, and it was an old English fort used by a gentleman to make sure that nobody came to steal his cattle. And it's got a great vantage point apparently, so we'll have a look at that. So yeah, let's go and have a mooch around this medieval castle first before we head on to Birds Rock. So yeah, this was Prince Llewellyn back in the 1700s built this cattle to keep a lookout on the Welsh forces advancing on to try and steal his cattle, because apparently cattle was king in those days. But it's got amazing views, and you can back down to the heading that's coast bound. That you can see that pointy peak, them two pointy peaks there and there. That's Birds Rock, where we're going to next. But I don't know about you, but I just find these places fascinating. If only rocks and walls could talk, I bet they have got some story to tell. So yeah, it's a really interesting place. It's only on a tiny hill, about 60 metres up. Takes about 10 minutes to get here from the car, if that. but it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let me spin you around. So this is the back end of the castle, so it doesn't go any further than this, I don't think. So I don't know what went on in this room. There's not a great deal of signs telling us what happened, but yeah. So, and amazingly, it's not even looked like it uses a toilet or a picnic site. So, but it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So we'll go and have a look up at this tower, see what the views are. But as you can see, fantastic view of where we're going, Birds Rock. So I'm looking forward to getting up there. Should have some nice views up there. As you can see, we're not going high today, and that's the reason why. Skies are looking very menacing. So yeah, it's a good job we're not going high. So guys, here we are, stood on the remains of the top of one of the main turrets at the front of the castle, and you can see why he had it as a vantage point. You're seeing people coming from a mile away. Yeah, you can spot people. Anybody approaching, you can spot them. Absolutely fantastic. There's at times like this when you wish you had a drone. But it looks good from above, as you can see. From above you can see the kind of size of it. Really interesting. I'll find a link to all the details and I'll put it in the description below. But while the rain's off and the skies are looking relatively bright, let's get up there. So it's a wander along the road. So I'll bring you back when we're at the bottom of Birds Rock. So that's where Castell-y-Bere is, there at the top of that hill. So as you can see, it's only a short climb. Takes 10 minutes from the car park up there. Well worth a visit, really recommend that. Minimum fee, 60p. It was 10p last time I used the public phone. Nice to see one with phone in though. Alright guys, so we're left Castell-y-Bere now. And we're on our way to Birds Rock. We're walking down this little minor road that you don't have to worry about traffic. Certainly not the time I'm doing it. Just gone 6 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think you need to worry about traffic at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, to be honest. It's so quiet around here. Crossing this little bridge. Nice flowing water, very clear. What have we got over here? Oh, it's quite deep there, look. In fact, it's very deep there. So you cross the bridge down there and you come up this track, and it looks like you're coming up a private track to a house, which you probably are. And just before the house there's this sneaky little footpath up here. So that's our route up onto Birds Rock. Okay, so we're starting to take a bit of the height now. Dead centre there, that wooded little mound. That's where Castell-y-Bere was, so that's where we were half hour ago. So you can see it's a cracking little spot. Well worth a visit, definitely recommend. Okay guys, so there's Birds Rock. It's two summits. The true summit, the highest point, is the one on the left, but we're going to go to both because the one on the right, marked on the map, is a little fort. So we're going to give that, have a look, see what that's all about. Right, to try and negotiate this boggy mess. So we'll see. We can check out route. Might have to go back up there, I think. It was a completely different feel to this walk this morning, whereas yesterday was a proper mountain walk. A lot of this is through the beautiful countryside, and it's turning out to be a better morning than the forecast. We've even got some bright sunshine now, still some grey clouds lurking about. I don't think we've seen the last of the rain, but it's got to the point where I can't be bothered putting my coat back on, because as fast as it goes on, it's time to bring it back off again. So we're getting there. Birds Rock is just up there, the summit. So yeah, so we'll head up to the summit. Shouldn't be too long, fingers crossed. I'm guessing this isn't a footpath that's very well trodden. Medic! Alright guys, we're making good progress now. So that's the smaller top of Birds Rock. That's the one with the really steep front side. But that's not the summit. The true summit's up there, but it's not there. It's beyond that, but not far. We're at around 200 metres now, and the summit's 258. So yeah, so we're not got far to go. But that was steep coming up there from that horrible footpath I showed you before. Really steep. Well worth it. Look at those views. Alright guys, welcome to the summit of Birds Rock. I'm not going to try and pronounce the Welsh name, so I don't want to offend anybody. I'll put it on the screen. But this is 258 metres. And it's got a hell of a cairn. Hell of a cairn. Wow. Oh, it's a shelter. Hell of a shelter. Wow. I think we're going to sit in there and have a drink and a bar of chocolate. Head over to the other top, where apparently there's a Roman fort. What fantastic views. For a 360. All the way over to the coast. So guys, that's me in the summit shelter out of the wind. Glorious morning. I'm just about to have a drink and a bar of chocolate. I just thought I'd show you this. Nearly 900 metres yesterday on Cadair Idris, I had full phone signal. I'm 258 metres up today and I've no phone signal whatsoever. So, how do I get a message to Marianne back at the cottage that I'm okay and I've not had any slips, trips or falls and I'm alright? So I've got my Garmin InReach Mini, which gives me a signal all the time. So all I do is go send preset, just checking in, everything okay, send, and that will go, and that'll send her a message, so she'll know. It'll bleep when it goes. Sometimes it takes a minute, but it will go, and then she knows that I'm okay and I'm still in the land of living. So I would fully recommend this, or there are others on the market. There's Zolio, I think, does a similar job. There you are, that was the beep to say it's gone. So she's now got that message and she knows that I'm okay. And that gives me peace of mind as well as her. So I'll definitely fully recommend something like this. All right guys, that's me fed and watered. Quick snack, just about to leave this shelter now. And then we're gonna head over to its other top, see if we can see this fort. So I'll catch you. We are over there. All right guys, thought I'd speak to you here. Summit's just behind me, just up there. But it's likely to be very, very windy when I get up there. So I'll talk to you now. So this will be Birds Rock's other top, smaller top, 233 metres this one. But it's arguably the most impressive one. It's the one that you see the sheer cliff face from the road. You saw it earlier on in the video. So typically it started to rain. Nothing major, but again, I'm not putting the waterproof jacket on because by the time I get that on, it'll have stopped. So I'm gonna leave it off and yeah, so basically we'll get up there on the top. I won't do any talking because you won't hear me. And we'll give you some panoramic views. There's still plenty of views to be had, even though it's raining. So let's get up there. Alright guys, while it's stopped raining and we're out the wind, I'll take this opportunity to thank you for watching if you still are at this point. Hope you've enjoyed this little adventure, taking in Castell-y-Bere and the two summits of Birds Rock. I'm heading back down now on this good track, and then it takes me to the road, and then from there on it's road walking all the way back to the car. So I'm sure you're not interested in that. It's all very boring. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. So by the time we get back to the car, the whole trip will have been about 6 miles, probably 300 meters, 400 meters of ascent maybe. Yeah, but I've enjoyed it. Totally different to yesterday up Cadair Idris, but you need a bit of variety is the spice of life, as they say. So yeah, thanks again for watching, take care, and we'll see you out on the next one.